Hey everyone, Cadian Sergeant Steele here, and today we are talking about the new Astra Militarum model leaks. We have a new picture. Well, there were several pictures initially on Reddit, but then it finally came out with a full image of the new models that have been leaked. So here we can see the original image that was posted on Reddit. However, I've used my Photoshop, used a little bit of the Smart Shopping and Gaussian blur tools to enhance it. So let's take a moment to look at that. So first off, let's just look at this from left to right. Let's really take a deep dive at what we're looking at. We can clearly see a new character model on the left-hand side. A lot of folks have been saying this is Kasrkin's daughter and so forth. You know, regardless of if it's a named character or anybody with any relation to anyone else, we can clearly see that this is a new character model with a huge trench coat, dual wielding pistols. Looks like got some type of command rod and a chain sword perhaps in the right hand, and a large banner that I think probably goes down to the base. Now, looking at the base, I find this super interesting. We can see a Cadian helmet, and we can see ruins on it, steel and rebar and concrete. So I really love the aesthetics of this and kind of what's happening with it. I think it really fits into the Fall Acadia stuff. It's really wonderful. So overall, I got to say I'm honestly very impressed with the new character, regardless of if it's named or not named and who it is. This is super cool. So I'd be curious to hear what your all's thoughts about maybe who it might be from the lore, if you think it's an existing character, or if it's somebody new. Now, to move on from there, the next we have is a new Sentinel model. Now that we're finally seeing it and we're not just having it verbally described to us, we can clearly see this is almost like a hybrid between some of the legs and armor of the Skitarii, called Mechanicus vehicles, and an updated, more sleek design of the Sentinels. It's not too far of a departure, I gotta say. We can look at the legs, right? Still that same awkward set of legs with hydraulics and the weird pose, and the cabs kind of projected forward of the legs, which for anyone who's done any engineering courses before knows that the centroid of this would be much beyond its actual balance point in terms of where it would touch the base. So not very realistic, but the model never has been. And who cares? It's a sci-fi game. This looks cool. I like the new top. I like the new visor. The plasma cannon on the front there looks really cool, and we can see a hunter killer missile. Updated exhaust ports. I gotta say, so if you take a close look at the existing Sentinel model, not a huge fan of the exhaust ports. They're actually kind of chunky and not well modeled there. But our existing kit's good. There's nothing hardly wrong with it at all. But I think this is an upgrade, and I think it's nice. A little unexpected. I'd maybe have taken an upgraded Chimera. Hey, who knows? Maybe we'll still get that, right? But we got this, and I like it. It looks good. So going down below, and what's pretty much the rest of this photo for the most part, Kasrkin. We can clearly see the Kasrkin here. So it looks like they've kind of meshed together some of the new plastic modeling and with like the helmets and the harsh environment masks with the old Kasrkin kits and kind of blended the two together. I'm not as much of a fan as the new harsh environment masks, but I get maybe that was a limitation on the sculpting process and the molding process for these. I prefer the smaller Forge World ones that were a little more crisper in detail than what these are. But we can see we got those here. So the first one you see in the bottom left is kind of like a, maybe it's a Voxcaster guy. He's reaching up for his earpiece, maybe his headset. Looks like he may have a hotshot las gun, maybe not. And maybe a little satellite dish there on his armor. So he's got a cool pose. I really like it. We can see the knee pad armor and the plates that hang down from the belt line, which definitely gives away the Kasrkin. As we move along, you can actually start to see some of the Kasrkin camo pattern on some of these models. In fact, look at the next batch of 3 over here. We can clearly see to the right of that guy with the Voxcaster maybe kind of set up, is that we get the one holding the scanner that we got in the teaser photo. We can also see the guy with the scanner, though. Pay attention to him. It looks like there's a scope on that rifle and a few others in the background as you continue to look through there. So there might be a couple new versions of the Hotshot Last Gun. That's pretty cool. And I think it would be very exciting to have more equipment options once again with our models for the Guard. I've missed that, but from past editions where we had the option for various armor types and loadouts that we've lost. You know, I still miss the melt-a-bombs on Special Weapons Squad, running triple those and coming at things and just slapping melt-a-bombs all over stuff. But so here it looks like we may have a new version of the Hotshot Last Gun, which is really cool. We can also see, if we continue on in the photo, plasma pistol on what's clearly their sergeant. We can see a flamer. We can see folks looking down their scopes. I think there's even one back there maybe throwing a grenade or something. Several others just looking down sights. A little more blurred in the images are some folks in the background that appear to be special weapons. I think we can see a grenade launcher, we can see a plasma gun, and there may be some other things happening there. There's definitely a guy running and I think maybe holding a grenade over near command squad in the background. So it looks like there will be some diverse weapon options for this kit. Now, given that we're looking at the Kasrkin with other models, I do not believe this is just a kill team. This is clearly some type of larger release, which means Kasrkins will definitely be something in the Codex. Whether they're just veterans with upgraded gear such as flak armor and radios and so forth with Hotshot Last Gun options, or they'll actually be Kasrkins again, we don't know, but I think we'll find out very soon. With them, you can see a new commissar, kind of blurred there in the back of the photo. Looks like holding a power sword. Something else is going on the left hand. Can't really see it. This is more, looks like an aesthetic throwback to more of the past commissars. I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of the latest one that was in the Start Collecting box. It was just too, I don't know, too embellished. The pants were really baggy. Hat was super super pointy. It was just over the top. My personal taste, right? I know most Guard players really love that commissar though. But this one here looks more slim. It's almost like a Yarick, right? Where it's not kind of very slender model. So very cool looking. Looking forward to getting a hold of that and painting that one up. Now over to the right, we can see what looks like a new command squad. It's just blurry enough we can't quite tell what's going on. But I know this is a new command squad because look at the commander with the power sword. We do not have that leg set right now in any Cadian kit. So that tells me there's new models coming for that kit. I'm very excited about that. Very curious to see what they're going to do with it. We can also see a banner, a regimental banner bearer that's kind of holding the banner kind of over the shoulder. It's not really a pose we have. Right now, all of our banners are vertical in the position in which they're held. So that's kind of neat. There looks like to be a Voxcaster back there too. And some other models, I can't quite tell what's happening with them. But definitely some cool looking models there. There's also, we can now see the new heavy weapons. They're pretty blurred in this photo. We can see more of an elevated missile launcher with a Voxcaster. If we get Voxcasters on heavy weapons teams, woof, and we get to keep some of the cool Cadian relics and other upgrades we've gotten, I'm going to be stoked. That's going to make It's going to make things like heavy weapon squads and special weapon squads and so forth so much better to be using. I'll be super excited about that if we'll actually be able to relay orders to those units. It's going to be huge. We can also see a new autocannon and a heavy bolter back there. They are updated, but it looks like, to me, it looks like they're still on the tripods. But they're just going to have a little bit different of a kit. So different belt fed and other different features and so forth. But I'm really liking that. We can also see a Sentinel in the background, which what appears to be a multi-laser or maybe a las cannon. And notice it is a Scout Sentinel. Look at that. It is an open cab. That is a new Scout Sentinel in addition to the new Armored Sentinel. I think it's obvious. Plain as day. Very obvious. We're getting new Scout and Armored Sentinels. So definitely a lot happening here in this photo. A lot of cool stuff. I think there might even be, I don't know if this is Kit Bash with plastic card, there might even be new terrain in this photo. Look at those windows in the background. Look at some of the flat paneled walls and some of the features they've glued onto it. It looks like maybe it's from some of the other past kits, but it might not be. And maybe they've actually come up with some new terrain kits that'll be coming out with this. We can clearly see some of the Rebel in the foreground is from Rogue Trader or Kill Team sets and so forth. But an updated crate there in the front with, last gun magazines in it. So lots of cool things happening here. I really like it. And there's definitely a lot more that I think we're going to see from GW later. So, all right. Comment down below. Like this video. Share it with your friends. Do all that cool stuff. Let's spread the word on all this new cool stuff coming out. So I'm looking forward to hear what you guys think of it as well in the comments down below in the video. So that's all I got for now. So until next time, Cadia stands.